Hello everyone, this is PerfectManus and you're watching Blender Motion Graphics series.
So till now we have animated our window. Okay. So in today class we'll be focusing on how we can animate our floor. Okay. So we have these three kind of animation. You can create your own unique animation by your imagination. Okay. So also one more topic that we'll be covering today is how we'll be using collection. So even though every one of these are animating separately, but here you are seeing this line, okay, if you click it, it will be working as a single object, okay, you can place it anywhere and it will work the same. While earlier you have to animate for every piece with its location, rotation and scale, okay. But the disadvantage is you cannot change this animation for this one. You don't have any of the parameters that earlier was supposed to be there. Okay. Let's select these three. Hide it. So this is the main one for the tile 1. Okay, the one you are seeing here. Here, if you manually go on each of these tiles, you'll be seeing that they have animation keyframes here. Okay. Similarly, for second one, okay, you can click on every one of these pieces and they have their own animation. Okay, so let's just create this one first and then we can simply put it into our main animation. Right now I'm not opening that file because it's getting heavier. Okay, you won't be able to see the smooth animation while creating, so on. Okay, so let's start with a new file. Okay, we have this by default. Either you can shape it as a thin tile, okay, or you can leave it at same as you see it right now. So let's just shape it into a tileable format. Okay, coming into orthographic view, changing your camera setting to orthographic. Okay, moving it onto one of these parts so that we can use array. Okay, well, let's just put it somewhere around here. Now we'll be applying our modifier, that is array. Okay, and we'll be deciding in which direction we'll be needing all those tiles. So instead of in the positive direction, we'll be adding in negative direction, and let's just move this more in your x-axis. Okay, here the tiles don't have the gap right now, so to create a gap you change these value to something like this. Okay, and you increase as many tiles as you need. Again, you apply one more array on top of this one, but instead of using it in the x direction, you use it in y direction. Okay, similarly, to create the gap, you add the same value. Maybe it's not visible from this angle, but if you come from here, you will see that they have those gaps. Okay, so just increase as many numbers of tiles as you need per your animation. Okay, but remember you have to manually create those animations, so don't increase this count to a lot, or it will be much more hard for you to animate each one of these values. Okay, so for the starting, to animate this one, right now this is a single chunk. Okay, so we'll be adding a keyframe by selecting it, pressing I. Okay, then let's say on the 20th frame we shift it to somewhere around here in Z direction. Okay, again pressing I, and then we similarly want to put it at the same location too, so we can simply copy this one and paste it here, and that will bring it from here to here. Okay, let's keep it short till 50th frame, so we can see the repetition. Right now the main issue is they are going in same animation easing methods. Okay, so instead we will be using one of these. So let's try a new one. Let's say the back one for this and the bounce one for this one value. Okay, it will be something like this. And to change its smoothness while it's going up, okay, you deselect these and you ease them on out. So it will stay a little bit, it will float there and then it will come down falling and then bounce back. Okay, so once we have an animation that we need, we want to create it. From here onwards, let's do one more thing. We'll be resizing it. Okay, so to resize it, scale 0, enter I. Okay, so new keyframe have been made. Now it will be something like this. Okay, so once you're done till here, you come to the last frame. Now we'll be separating all these tiles. Okay, first let's apply these modifiers. Now going in the edit mode, selecting all, we press P and here you will be seeing the option as by loose parts. Okay, every one of these have been separated out. So here it will be much more harder for you to go manually and search this while you have a lot of scene. So we'll be creating a collection of all of these. Okay, so simply while all of it is selected, you press M. You see this option, new collection. You click here and you write as tiles. Okay, or tiles 0, 1. And you create it. Now you'll notice that all of these pieces are inside of this tile collection. Okay, now second thing that we have to do is Control A and we transfer animated transform to deltas and then we change its origin point to geometry. Okay, here you will see one issue. Okay, the main issue is that every one of these were first taking this as the origin. So if your animation is increasing the size from this value, it can create an issue, but when you change the origin, the animation is stuck with it. So to press Ctrl A is mandatory if you want it to follow its origin, the later on, not the earlier one. Okay, so once we have all of this here, we can simply change the time gap between all these tiles. So let's say the first one, okay, it start appearing from the first frame. I will select these two and select A by pressing A and all will be selected and moving it till 5th frame. Okay, similarly for these three till 10th frame. 50th frame, 20, 25, 30, 35 and lastly 40. So our animation is ending at around 90, so we just write 90 here and from here we can simply play it. Okay, and one of your floor animation have been made. Now the main issue that arises, we have this animation. Okay, sometimes we have to move it a little bit, but if you start moving it, their animation already have a location. Okay, so if I move, let's say this tile to somewhere around here, okay, but when I play the animation, it will still have that location with the origin. Okay, or in some cases it will create the issue of changing those direction. So that you won't create this issue by forgetting the place. Okay, you don't remember each tile location from these locations. Okay, so in that case what you have to do is you select all of these from here, or the easiest method, if you have a lot of element in the scene, you click the first one and then you shift press click the last one. Okay, all of these will be selected and then you press shift A. These will be created as a collection, that is tile. Okay, now hide the tiles that you have made. These have the animation data. This is the collection of all of these. So wherever you are moving this, all of the animation will be moving. Okay, and there's no chance that you will be changing its animation. So use collection when you have an animation finalized. Okay, similarly we'll be changing it now to some other kind of animation. Let's say the central piece will appear first, then these, then the last ones. Okay, so let's just first create a duplicate copy. Pressing M, new collection, tiles 2. Okay, hide the tiles 1. Now all of these are tiles 2. Okay, so this is the animation that we want at the starting point. Then let's say these 4 will appear, but these all are not in the same location, so we have to manually change it one by one. Let's say with these are also appearing at the same 10th frame. Check the animation. Tenth frame, 10, 10, 10. And lastly, all of these will be at the 20th frame. Okay, let's see it again. I will end somewhere around 70th second. Okay, so this is the next collection. Let's create its copy now from this tile 2 and hide this original animation. Okay, so now you have both of these. The first one, let's say you make it smaller now to rearrange onto a tileable surface, and you rearrange this one also. Okay, you have both of these side by side now. Okay, Similarly, you can create one more pattern that will be, let's say it start appearing from this and it takes around about to start appearing. It totally on you how or which type of animation you start creating. This is the basic of your time frame keying. So now whatever isometric view you have created, you have to first select a kind of tile pattern. Here I've selected square tile patterns. You can create other shapes and then start animating it. Okay.